Anthony Beane, averaging 24 points in the past 5 games. MVC Player of the Week 3 of the past 4 weeks. SIU leading scorer in the new year, and a catalyst of an otherwise pedestrian Saluki offense. None of which would be possible if it wasn't for one man, his dad, Anthony Beane Sr. Beane Sr. grew up around Saluki basketball, being from Southeast Missouri. He would eventually have 2 stints coaching for Illinois State University, where he would raise his firstborn son, Anthony Beane Jr. Growing up in Bloomington, Illinois, Beane would go on to sign his national letter of intent with ISU until the situation changed.
But, you know, I explained to him about SIU, the tradition, and the system will be very similar in what he was going to play in Illinois State. But again, my wife and I, we left it up to him, and he decided to come on his own.
Beane would average 16 points in high school, catching the eye of Illinois State head coach Tim Jankovich.
At that time, it was his hometown where he went to high school at, and our program was in really good shape. We were winning, and when everything changed, you know, it was, you know, we sat down, we talked, and I told him that it was his decision again.
Beane Sr. would pack his wife and younger son and bring them to Carbondale. That left Beane Jr. with a decision to make: follow his dad or stay committed to ISU.
And my wife and I, we left it up to him, and he decided to come on his own.
Head coach Barry Hinson insists that it was not his plan to have them both come as a package deal. He just wanted Beane Sr. on his coaching staff.
I made this comment to Anthony: we want you to come here because of you, and if Anthony decides to come, that's great, but I wanted to hire my assistant coach first, and I wanted him to understand why we were hiring him.
Beane also says having his father on the sideline is an ideal situation.
I think it's a blessing to have him on staff because he's able, because in high school, I had to, every game we played, I had to talk to him after the game, but being able to have him on the baseline, I'm able to just, the sideline, I'm able to go over there right then and there and find out what I'm doing wrong and then come back in the game and correct it.
With the stress a player-coach relationship can have, the two say it hasn't affected their relationship off the court.
But you know, normally when we get away from here and we're spending time alone, it's, you know, we talk a lot about other things, and that's how we're able to balance it.
Beane would prove he deserved a spot in the starting lineup his freshman year, finishing second in scoring among MVC freshmen, and was named to the MVC All-Conference freshman team. Now that Beane has settled into his sophomore year and the star role at SIU, he says the best is yet to come.
Definitely keep the program in the direction it's heading and try to win more games and get back to where they once were, like making the NCAA tournament, getting to the Sweet 16, things like that.
For Saluki Sportsview, I'm Zach Barrett.